Conversations from my YouTube channel comment section. So this person said, yes, please show us proof that we are from Africa. Who is the ancestor that connects us to African nations? Race isn't an indicator of lineage. So this person's like, is this a joke? There's people in the South who can trace their family to Africa. Sir, or ma'am, just because there are people in the South who can trace their lineage to Africa, which I doubt very highly, doesn't mean that all of us can. Look, you must understand that just because people look phenotypically similar does not mean that they all came from Africa. I've proven in so many videos that Africa is not the seat of civilization. That's not where everybody evolved from. And I have proven this in so many videos. America was the first seat of human race. I've shown how they evolved in human groups, how they left and went to other continents. America was the first continent to be civilized. Africa was the second. Then they went to Asia, and that was the mound builders of America, which is also part and parcel as to why there are pyramids all over the earth. It's because the pyramid builders went from one continent to the next. We all have different blood types. Now, even though it states that the blood types has nothing to do with individual people groups, I don't believe everything that's on Google. I don't believe everything that the colonizers say. I mean, there's a reason why there's many different blood types on this earth. And I believe that that reason transcends the different antigens that are in the blood cells that determines the different blood types. I believe it's deeper than that. Why do I believe it's deeper than that? Because if you go back to the scriptures, even scientists and biologists and doctors in the Bible for answers. So there has to be something that's true about it. And so I bring you to the table of nations in the book of Genesis, where it talks about all the different nation groups. So basically, this tells us who everyone on the earth is. The Japhethites. These are the people who call themselves the chosen people of God. Okay. If you look down, it's the sons of Gomer. You see the first one with an A. Those are the people that everyone thinks are the true, are the chosen people, right? Okay. But clearly they're Japhethites. Okay. So these are the colonizers. They're the ones that owned the ships. They were the ship merchants. They're the ones that financed all of the slave trades. And they have everything to do with the Vatican, the doctrine of discovery, going to the different lands, subjugating the indigenous people, giving us gods that look like them, yada, 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 now, all of that. We have the line of Ham, the Hamites, the so-called Africans. That's a completely different line than my people. Yes, we are all so-called black people, but we're not from the same group. We're from a whole completely different nation. These are their nation groups. They're people. And then we have the Semites or Shemites. And this is the line from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is the line that inherited all the promises. This is the line that the Japhethites are pretending to be from. So yes, there are many different nation groups on this earth with so-called black people, but we're not all the same people. And we have different DNA. We're different people, despite the fact that we may be phenotypically similar. This is what makes all the arguing and fighting going back and forth between ourselves in America and Africans who insist that we're Africans. And because we're not claiming that we're Africans, oh, we've turned our back on Africans. Oh, we think we're better than Africans. Oh, we don't know who we are. Oh, no. It's you who doesn't know. We know who we are. And we're not calling ourselves Africans because not all so-called black people are Africans. You are the one who lacks the education. And quite frankly, if you go to church and you say that you believe in the Bible, why is it that you don't know this, what I just showed you in Genesis chapter 10? Why not? What are your pastors teaching you? Obviously nothing. You're not learning anything. And to further drive my point home, we have Rebecca from Genesis 25:23 who had twins in her womb. And it's clearly stated that you have two nations in your womb. Two peoples from within you will be separated. One people will be stronger than the other. The older will serve the younger. Okay. So for me, this is proof that there are different nations of people, regardless of whether they come from the same two parents or not. Yeah, we might have all come from the same trunk and everything, but all the branches are totally different. How many of you have siblings that you are nothing like? Am I with the right family? I am nothing like these people. You don't think the same. Some of you barely look the same. Just totally different people. You would never do the things or say the things that they do and say. And it's just like, how can I come from these aliens? Or am I the alien? I can relate to that. I am nothing like those people at all. We're different, completely different people. But that's just my point. So for you to try to push your false narratives that you learned from the colonizer on other people and make it seem like they are the problem, you're gaslighting people, you're showing how uneducated you are. Like, just educate yourself. How hard is it to pick up a book and read? The colonizers have given us nothing but lies. We've inherited nothing but lies. So all that garbage that you learned that you think is history, it's not. It's not true history. And we have proven this time and time and again in America, period, as a whole, regardless of race that we claim to be a part of. Everyone from America has gotten on there showing you the complete opposite of what we've been told. So educate yourself. If you enjoy the content, then like, comment, subscribe, and share, and come and join the conversation with us on YouTube, Brutally Honest History Lover, and also on TikTok and History Lover. See you there.